Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the Automech factory is advised. Should you wish to maximize your Valarie unit's combat effectiveness, building factory schematics. It is likely the desired parts are being stored somewhere on the ground floor.
Unfriendly company. They're mine. I spy my next victim. I mean a hostile combatant. been detected. A full laboratory lockdown is now in effect. Repeat, this is a full laboratory lockdown. Stay calm, remain vigilant, and obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
I'll be trying that thing out later. And no, I wasn't asking.
Subjects, the laboratory lockdown has been lifted, and your faith in the Sovereign has been reaffirmed. You may resume normal activities. Danger. Stranger ahead.
Alert. An upgrade module compatible with your Valarie unit is nearby.
further? Boy, damn, that is quite perturbing. Quick once over. Appears I have ascertained the problem. Questions are an addiction. Hold on just a blasted moment. Irritation silenced.
Agents, prepare for combat.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak...
We're trying to support.
So neighborly, suspicion rightly so.
And these cowards won't even fight us face to face. We need to withdraw.
Not friendly life form detected. protocol syringes primed.
Should be locked down and buttoned up tighter than Tristan's attitude. So where is everyone?
Don't mind me. Just hydrating my scales. Law, ain't that a sentence? Got something that needs doing, Commander? Well, suppose that's all my suspicions of the Earth Directorate confirmed, for all to see. Just didn't think we'd find actual evidence of them cutting a deal with the Protectorate. I feel a little bad for Ibarra, though. He's taking it about as well as I expected. Whatever he hoped to find in the Matriarch's tomb, surely it weren't that. It stings less now that they didn't help Tausetti. Guess there's a big difference between thinking they didn't care and realizing that they're just as corrupt as anyone else. Fine by me.
Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. The good times, anyway. Oh yeah? What's needling you?
You want to eat.
Commander, a moment of your time, if you would. Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss.
I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. He was my co-protege under the Supreme Arbiter. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. He wishes to meet with me at the Vox Relay on Paradise Island. You asked before, and I did not mention it, but with Virgil's message, I now must warn you. Our greatest suspect in the Supreme Arbiter's murder is the Protectorate's consul. Our mentor always disdained him thoroughly, and he our mentor. If anyone would have had reason to slay her, it would have been him. But we have needed evidence. Evidence that I believe Virgil now possesses. I would gladly give my life for his without hesitation, and he for mine. We are brothers beyond blood. It has been some time since the two of us last crossed paths, but little shall have changed between us. Of this, I have no doubt. If there is one person throughout all of Arcadia who I can presently trust, it is Virgil. He too seeks the perpetrator of the Supreme Arbiter's death, and he too supports the Sovereign over all else. And that's without mentioning our lifelong friendship. It was actually his suggestion we divide and conquer. As our operational philosophies differ ever so slightly, this seemed a good plan. Virgil often prefers to watch rather than act, and was often lenient with sentencing where I was not. This behavior was often criticized by the Supreme Arbiter, but there have been occasional rare instances where treating a subject with mercy ultimately resulted in better behavior. It is a novel, albeit strange, philosophy. If you have done nothing wrong, you have nothing to fear, aside from being an outsider to the Protectorate. Whatever the case, Virgil awaits us on Paradise Island, Commander. I hope we shall find time to go there. I hope Virgil has been doing well since last I saw him. Well, we shall find out together. Certainly. I consider Virgil and I are just as close as any blood-related set of individuals. He is a true and able ally, one to be relied upon in almost any circumstance. We make extremely effective compatriots. Where I am swift to action, Virgil often contemplates his deeds before they come to pass. I fear this war favors myself more than him. It's a shame there may only be one Supreme Arbiter. I would enjoy continuing to work beside Virgil. But alas, it is not to be.
This unit is now at maximum efficiency. The overall likelihood of the team's total annihilation have been greatly reduced. Current status: optimal. The Earth Directorate thanks you for your service in upgrading your Valarie unit. Reimbursement for parts and labor is not available at this time. Did you know? The average Valarie unit remains in service for 5 to 10 years. Agent Ibarra, however, has extended this unit's functionality beyond this range. This unit is programmed to avoid commentary on age unless directly related to a health condition. It is always a pleasure to speak with you, Commander. Initializing socialization. How may this unit assist you, Commander? This unit is available to answer any queries.
You back to see more of the tunnel? I'll save you the trip. Not a pebble has budged. Same is true of our bit accounts, sadly. Pardon me, but you what? You just have a magic little device in your pocket that lets you detect enemy troops through 2 feet of solid rock? Okay, fine, I believe you. Wait, that means they already dug half the tunnel for me. That bonus is still in reach. That don't change me needing to get the commander's go-ahead to restart the digging. What say you run yourself back to the base and get me the okay? Just down the road. Can't miss it. We're on a tight deadline. If you haven't jogged with the commander yet, the base is just down the road.
No need for that.
What have we here? You're definitely not a member of my battalion. You best be here on business. My time is valuable. Why would I be? Are your lamps broken? Praetor is a dirtball racked by lightning storms. I understand the strategic value of Praetor, but this assignment is beneath me. In orbit, sitting in HQ, being involved in overall strategic planning of the system-wide campaign. My superior assigning me here. What else? Huh. That sounds like something a lifer on a factory line says. I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on idle jawing. Why would I be? I assume you've got something important. Forgive my incredulity, but how did you get that information? I see. Quite a useful bit of technology. Our engineers determined this was the most geologically stable place to tunnel. The Protectorate likely did the same. It even stopped drilling for the same reason we did. I'll send orders to resume drilling immediately. We'll take them by surprise. Send them running, and I'll be one step closer to getting off this dirtball. I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report.
glad that's over and done with. Just need to finish reinforcing the tunnel, and I can collect a big fat bit cartridge.
You've been quite an asset. Don't work too hard now. You'll make us look bad.
Every protector is subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation.
Ready to assist with agents' health needs.
The interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
What? That's impossible. This must be some kind of ploy on the consul's behalf. I don't believe it.
Comparative analysis of the consul's speech to that of other dictators suggest a high likelihood that a coup has occurred.
That scum. That miserable scum. To think he would stoop so low as to overthrow the sovereign. I shall not rest until the consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated. A protectorate led by the consul is no protectorate at all. They are the outcasts, not I. I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who strayed. I shall attend to that matter once it presents itself. I sincerely doubt this is the end of my thoughts related to the matter, but we've wasted enough time with my ruminating. Let us be off.
Focusing on mission-critical objectives.
With the device in hand, we shall be able to reveal the contents of these rifts. Whether or not that is something we truly desire.
malefactor ahead.
Reporting is so neighborly, suspicion rightly so. Oh, our selfless sovereign, matriarch's mercies. What if something should happen while he is convalescing? Control yourself. It's what the sovereign, what the consul commands.
Arbiter, I know I do not have leave to access these security files, but I can assure you, my intentions are in service to the Protectorate.
At ease, subject. I've no business with you.
Then you must be here to finally address my complaints about our head of security. Looking for proof. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. So it is my duty to report him.
Of course. Tell me of these security lapses.
Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I recommend he be replaced, until such time as his behavior has received proper scrutiny and subsequent correction.
I remind you that I am in no way beholden to your recommendations, subject. Whether or not your compatriot receives correction is up to my discretion alone.
Oh, of course. Should you require further data points for your assessment, however, I would most dutifully provide them, including my version of the recent incident. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. Coincidence is not causation, I know. But with recent events being what they are, it's difficult not to draw certain unpalatable theories beyond mere incompetence. Sabotage comes foremost to mind, though the perpetrator and purpose remain a mystery. If only Valancourt was not at permanent cross-purposes with me. Suspects? I only began this cerebration mere minutes ago. Until today, assuming one of my staff held malice aforethought toward the Sovereign would have been inconceivable. Much can be said of Valancourt's unsavory character, but a traitor he is not. But if not him, then who? Oh! I understand now. This is a security assessment, hence the presence of an arbiter. I can certainly help expose the facility's failure points for you. In exchange, I hope you will assist me in delving into the cause of the rift incident. We'll just need Valancourt's keycard to access the restricted wing.
Regardless of our new state of affairs, anything that threatened the Sovereign's safety must be thoroughly investigated. Even this Valancourt should see that.
I cannot assist in acquisition, but once you take the prototype, it will trigger an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility should you face any difficulties from Valancourt. After we conclude our investigation, of course. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance, deliberate or otherwise. The prototype rift modulator is currently in Interstitial Hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead. That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power, and if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, I assure you I will not. A technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment. Or, we were. Due to the exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable. Some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether. In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he is much more personable, though meddlesome too. Always wanting to be involved in the experiments. He becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. You could say he has a vested interest. His motivations are personal. All I am willing to say is that he is a man who loved his family very much and would move planets to see them again. He and the Consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them, in terms of temperament or severity. Far be it for me to tell you how to operate, but I would not linger here overlong were I you. Valancourt is bound to notice your presence. I've already shared more with you than
I always knew the Consul was a fiend, but I never expected he would stoop so low as to take power for himself. He will pay 1,000 times for this treachery. Any fool enough to stand beside him will fall as well. Justice will spare none. None!
Preparing obligatory encouragement. You can do it, Commander.
You have my thanks and my hand.
Giving chase. Restoring the balance. They covet our due bounty. For our beneficent leader. Through his beneficent guidance. We are duty bound to stop them.
Society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a
Not
thing of
friendly
symmetry.
life form detected.
Are not superficial.
Retreating. Each a vital cog. None shall hide from us.
Though I'm wary of engaging with these anomalies, it's possible there may be something worthwhile within.
Room for caution!
Restoring the balance.
Prototype rift anomaly modulator located.
To open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center, aided and abetted by one of our very own arbiters, no less. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. Oh, really? Which one? You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.
Alert. Hostiles.
Wait!
I shall not stay your execution!
Loading!
Of the authority!
I may be just a gear, yet my teeth are sharp!
I shall not stay your execution.
They manufactured one.
Fortifying. Keep engaging emergency protocols.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information. Imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research, lest he insist on attending the next demonstration. I surely cannot rely on Valancourt to do his actual job.
especially her terms. What proves all this
temperament can hide in plain sight.
Unit action.
Number 5.
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Merely a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
Evidence suggests this room, and all of the Borst love within, belong to the Sovereign.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Disabling these automechs has reduced your chances of violent death, Commander. Odds of suffering a random coronary crisis have not decreased.
That odd rift, well, odder than usual, remains unopened. I admit to some amount of curiosity as to its contents.
Alert. Hostile.
Unleash my might upon them! None shall stand against us!
Do you suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the...
I shall reduce them to a slurry!
Standing by with life support.
Sustain
for absolution on the authority of the Sovereign!
Eviction or euthanasia. Their choice. Each part supports the system.
Resuming hostilities.
This office is more immaculate than my quarters.
I have found that the tidiest spaces often belie filth. I would normally not distrust a protectorate contraption, but I fear the Rift device is capable of. Use it.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first.
Should he ever amass the courage to confront me in the flesh, I shall deal with him as I see fit.
Of course. An arbiter's judgment is always sound. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time, then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues. Let's not attract attention by lingering. There's the sorry excuse of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene. That could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something. I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without humming a protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them. You've discovered something? I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? The kind that buys you time to do what you need to. If we can find a way to isolate Valancourt from his forces, he will be much easier to deal with. He wouldn't dare. I've devoted more hours to studying rifts than almost anyone living. And since the Order abandoned us, the Protectorate does not have minds like mine to spare. Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work. The dead do make poor chroniclers. Very well. Much as I would like to be present for the hoisting of Valancourt's petard, there's sense in what you say. Valancourt is unlikely to provide conversation before slipping you a bullet, so I recommend slipping him one first. Be ready to fight and give him no quarter. When it's done, return to me. Erstwhile, I will be doing my ample best not to chew through my nail beds.
Readying assault protocols.
Giving chase. Aborting search.
Alert. Hostile.
I heard fighting. Well, what happened? Did he beg forgiveness? Did he grovel? Thus always to traitors. Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think, provided Valancourt's replacement is not also an absolute pilgarlic.
If Valancourt's replacement is anything other than routinely amiable, I shall return and bludgeon them within an inch of their life. Mark my words.
I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it with my gratitude. I'm not sure murdering the head of security at a highly valued research facility makes the argument you think it does, but noted. Have no fear. No evidence of our little collaboration will survive. I'll see to it. Thank you again, but you mustn't stay. Go. I'll handle the cleanup.
Now that you have the rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.